Stillwell Ridge wasn't the kind of place where people locked their doors. Population, 4,000, one grocery store, one diner, and a main street that hadn't changed since the 1980s. If you asked anyone who lived there, they'd tell you the same thing. Nothing bad ever happens in Stillwell Ridge. That sentence will haunt the town for years, because on a cold November night, something very bad happened. On November 14, 2012, 16-year-old Emily Carter left her part-time shift at Randall's Diner at exactly 9:17 p.m. She waved goodnight to her co-worker, zipped up her jacket, and started the short 3-block walk home. She never made it. Emily wasn't the type to disappear. Straight-A student, scholarship letters on her bedroom wall, a routine so predictable her friends joked they could set their watches by it. When she didn't arrive home by 9:30, her mother assumed she stopped to chat with someone. By 10, she was calling Emily's phone. By 11, she was calling the police. The first patrol officer later said that when he heard Emily was missing, his stomach sank. Not out of fear something horrible had happened. Stillwell Ridge never had those kinds of problems, but because he knew the entire town would be awake by sunrise. By morning, they were. Emily's backpack was found just 2 blocks from the diner, sitting neatly beside a lamppost. No damage, no sign of struggle. It looked placed there almost like someone wanted it to be found. Inside were her textbooks, her ID badge, and her phone. The phone had one strange detail. The battery was removed. Investigators immediately recognized this as something deliberate. Someone knew what they were doing. Someone wanted to disappear without leaving a trail. Then came the witness. 48 hours into the search, a retired mailman named George Ellison walked into the sheriff's office. He said he saw Emily that night, after she left the diner, walking down Birchwood Road. But she wasn't alone. A dark pickup truck had been creeping behind her with its headlights off. He remembered it because the truck nearly clipped a mailbox while trying to stay hidden. At the time, he brushed it off as a prank. Now, he wasn't so sure. Investigators rushed to Birchwood Road and found tire tracks leading into a wooded area behind an old grain mill. The track stopped suddenly near a cluster of trees. Whoever drove and waited, then turned around and left. But Emily wasn't there. As officers searched deeper into the woods, they found something disturbing. A small clearing, a fire pit with fresh ash, and pinned to a nearby tree, a torn piece of fabric. Later testing confirmed it was part of Emily's diner uniform. Inside the ashes were burned pieces of paper, fragments of Emily's journal. Most were unreadable, but one sentence survived. Someone has been watching me walk home. I hear the truck again. That single line changed everything. Investigators realized Emily had noticed someone following her for weeks. She had felt it. She had written it down. And whoever took her had gone out of their way to destroy that evidence. Suspicion quickly turned to one man, Mark Dalton, a 29-year-old mechanic who lived near the woods and drove a dark pickup. His criminal record was small, petty theft, nothing violent, but he had access to the exact truck described, worked late nights, and had been in the area when Emily disappeared. But then came the alibi. Mark's face appeared on a gas station security camera 30 miles away at 9:26 p.m., buying engine oil, less than 10 minutes after Emily left the diner. The timestamp was clear. He couldn't have been in both places. The investigators had hit a dead end. 3 months passed. Search party stopped. National attention moved on. Stillwell Ridge slipped into a quiet grief. Then, on February 3rd, a technician reviewing Emily's phone records found something unsettling. An unsent text in her draft folder. No recipient. Just one line. He said he'll follow me home tonight. The timestamp was 9:15 p.m., 2 minutes before she walked out of the diner. Emily knew the person following her. She expected him, and something prevented her from hitting send. As investigators dug deeper into the town's history, they uncovered more secrets, affairs, old grudges, unpaid debts, hidden tensions in a place that pretended to be peaceful. And one name kept resurfacing, Sheriff Thomas Hale. People whispered that Emily had been tutoring Hale's troubled son after school. Others claimed she'd mentioned that someone with power warned her not to walk alone at night. No one wanted to accuse the sheriff outright, but the rumors grew. Then came the mistake. During a town meeting, Sheriff Hale tried to reassure everyone by saying the last confirmed sighting of Emily was at 9:12 p.m. near Birchwood Road. But this didn't match the known facts. Emily clocked out at 9:17, and the witness who reported seeing her walking didn't give a time, only a location. The sheriff had information he shouldn't have had. The room went silent. Hale paused, realizing what he had just revealed. His face went pale. 6 weeks later, he resigned. No charges were filed, and the case grew colder. Emily's body was never found. The burned journal pages remained the most haunting part of the file. The pickup truck was never traced, and Stillwell Ridge has never fully recovered. But this wasn't an isolated case. As investigators expanded their search to nearby counties, they found similar patterns. Young women followed at night, reports of dark trucks idling on back roads, cases dismissed as runaways, and disappearances scattered across small towns, never connected until now. Someone was moving from town to town. Someone who watched. Someone who planned. Someone who knew how to vanish. The darkest crimes weren't happening in big cities. They were happening in the quietest corners of America, hidden in places just like Stillwell Ridge. And this case was only the beginning.